We are definitely in support of the Bank Black movement, and the Bank Black movement is more successful than any protest that we have ever done as of recent. Now, you can get in the street all day and you can say Black Lives Matter, which they do. But while you screaming Black Lives Matter, while you have agitators that show up in the crowds, try to throw things at police, trying to get them to start firing or being violent toward protesters, you get nothing done at all when you go out there to screaming. You can do die-ins. You can do all this stuff that you want to do. Nothing is happening. But when the black people of America said we are tired of funding our oppression, when we have said that, it is insanity to sit here and cry about racism, cry about oppression, yet giving our money to the very people who are doing this to us. Now we got our heads together finally, and we're going to start moving our funds from banks that have been caught in all kind of racial discrimination lawsuits, caught giving us adjustable rate mortgages while they gave white people regular mortgages, and how we lost a lot of our homes, how these companies like Bank of America, your Chase, Wells Fargo, how they invest millions of dollars in the private prisons, which also affect our oppression. We can no longer bank with people that wants to subjugate and oppress us and has been sued by the federal government for discrimination. So what we decided to do, based upon the killings of Philando Castile, Alton Sterling, and every other brother and sister has lost their life due to police brutality, and they refuse to give us justice. We said that if you refuse to give us justice, you're not going to get our black dollars. So we start removing our black dollars from these banks and start going to the black-owned banks. Now, as you see, a lot of people been asking, where can I find a black-owned bank? And the issue that I've seen with the black-owned banks is they don't invest a whole lot of money in the marketing. And what I'm going to do is I'm definitely going to have a meeting with someone at Unity Bank and tell them what can we do to partner so we can start spreading the word at least about Unity Bank here in Houston. And maybe we try to get in contact with some other banks and see how we could help out with them. So this is one way we can do this. So on this, Blackout Coalition website, it has all over the country where you can open up a black bank. So the green dots, as you see at the top, will say anyone can set up an account with OneUnited Bank from any state, which is a black-owned bank. Now, you notice most of the black-owned banks and credit unions are more so within the South or this section of the country. But if you live in, different states, as you can see here, all the green dots, you can still use OneUnited Bank to go with a black-owned bank. Now, in California, you still have Broadway Federal Bank here in L.A., and you actually have a OneUnited Bank branch, but you can join online if you're not in that area. But different people wanted to know if you live in the Dallas area. You got Mount Olive, you have Faith Cooperative, and you have Oak Cliff Christian. Here's the Unity Bank, Louisiana, as you can see here. I'm gonna scroll through them real quick. Mississippi, all the way up. So definitely, the link will always be in the description box on every video that you can go here and look for a black bank in your area. Now, I had a white supremacist troll told me, well, white people is not going to miss your $300 that you had in savings. And that's quite funny because I'm going to show you just one little story, not even all of it, on this website here. Now right here in Houston, they say they got 700 new customers open up accounts in 1 week, which is awesome. When they say normally they only get 8 to 10. Now, the president of Unity Bank, a local pastor, told him, as you can see here, they're going to take out $250,000 from Chase Bank and put it inside of Unity Bank. Now, there's been other banks that say they have seen 1.25 million in new deposits from the black community. That's a little more than $300, white supremacist troll. And I have another story that's from one other bank that say they seen $4 million in new deposits. But I'm going to do that when I get on camera to continue to inform you guys how banking black is actually working. We are doing a good thing. We are finally not being insane to keep funding our oppression. Because let me tell you something, all them militarized vehicles and all them guns and tactical gear and all that mess they got, they can't do nothing to you when you move your money. See, it's all about economics, brothers and sisters. Every other community do economics, period. The Jews do it, Asians, Arabs, Hispanics, whites, all of them do that except us. And we have to change the landscape by fixing our money. Now, once we bank black, we can start getting the loans that we need. We don't have to worry about being denied due to our color of our skin. We don't have to worry about a black bank investing in the private prisons, or we don't have to worry about them discriminating on us with hiring and all kind of other stuff that happens at these other banks. And it's literally documented. And I'm going to show you in another video the documented cases that's happened to a lot of these major banks that you have your money in. And it's really insanity for us to have our money in banks that's constantly being sued for racial discrimination by the federal government. So I definitely want to just provide this for you guys as info, as tips, so you can find a black bank in your area. Remember, we don't need permission to do anything with our money. We don't need to hear nobody's mouth to tell us anything about what we choose to do with our hard-earned money. We're actually protesting peacefully when we do this, and we're going to change the landscape of our community once we do this. So I definitely wanted to make sure you guys have this info, so keep banking black. Leave me some comments and make sure you subscribe.